substantially influenced by their approach, which is not surprising because, like I said, the West relentlessly corrals their people, corrals their populations towards unseriousness. So, see, I'm talking about this like for us, okay, for the Muslims, the Muslim Brotherhood is a truly breathtaking. The success of the Muslim Brotherhood has been very limited compared to what your society has done to you. I mean, literally, things can be happening right in front of your eyes and you don't see it for what it is. You always recede into narratives and debates about narratives, debates between narratives. And no one wants to, or no one is even capable of, actually looking at reality. See, this is what I mean about you have to have the ingredients in order to make a meal. If you want to make a meal, you have to have the ingredients for that meal. So in your society, they don't even need to keep you out of the kitchen. You understand? They can give you the pots and pans. They can let you in the kitchen. They can give you access to the oven. It doesn't matter. They can even give you the recipe because you're not going to make anything at the end of the day because they have made sure that you don't have the ingredients to make anything. Look at your society right now. The most enlightened people in your society, okay? The most enlightened people in your society are railing against the elites, right? The elites control everything. But you haven't even clocked the reality. You haven't even clocked the fact that the elites are literally dismantling your whole society. They're done with America. Your problem isn't that they own and control everything. Your problem is that they are discarding it. They're discarding all of it. They treated your whole society as disposable, and now they're throwing it out. They're disposing of it now. But see, you can't imagine a world in which America is not the center of gravity. You can't imagine a world in which the United States of America is actually marginalized and unimportant. You can't imagine a world in which America is de-developed, is de-industrialized, is impoverished and conflict-ridden, and is just nothing more than a wasteland. You can't imagine a world where everyone in the world outside the United States looks at America and says, thank God I'm not in that miserable police state, tyrannical, backwards, low IQ country. You can't imagine that, but that's where you're heading. It's already moving in that direction. You're still telling yourselves that everyone wants to come to America. Huh. Talking about America, immigrants are taking over the United States. Meanwhile, global immigration to America, or even interest in going to America, has been declining for years. While American immigration and interest, Americans moving, I'm saying, Americans' interest in moving out of America has been increasing for years. Everyone wants to come to America. Meanwhile, for Muslim countries, less than 1% of their populations ever apply for visas to America. And no Muslim country is even in the top 10 of the countries in the world that are sending their people to America, not for visits and not to immigrate. The percentage of your population that is foreign born isn't so high because everyone is trying to get there, everyone is trying to come over there. It's because the people who are from there are not reproducing themselves. You understand? And as I said in the beginning, that's no big surprise. You have had your personality so warped that no one can even stand each other over there. So yes, obviously reproduction is undermined, relationships, marriage, and so forth, not to mention the cost of having children over there. Do you see? You are being engineered out of existence. You're being engineered out of existence. You're being ushered into the captivity of irrelevance. And you can't even understand what's happening. Did you see that story about the two white kids from Texas who were planning to take over a Haitian island, this psychotically racist, moronic fantasy that they were living out. No, look, there is no way in the world that that was not one of those FBI sting entrapment type operations, just like they did against us for the last 20 years with the Patriot Act and Homeland Security and so forth. You know how they would do. They would take some dumb Muslim kid and they would guide him and steer him and enable him and urge him to follow some violent, crazy terrorist plan that they themselves cooked up. Just wait, I'm telling you. This Texas lunacy sounds exactly like one of those things. And that means crazy, violent white people the same way that they used to manufacture crazy, violent Muslim people. And obviously, that's going to be a lot easier to do in America. That's going to be much easier to do in America because you've already got a surplus of crazy, violent white people over there. And you have a whole culture, a crazy, violent culture to egg them on. I'm telling you, the whole white nationalist movement is actually being pushed precisely because the national owners and controllers of global financialized capital, they recognize that the future of the global economy is black and brown. It's not white. That's a fact. So we need these white people to start acting the fool, to start becoming extremists, to start becoming instigators, to become tools for their own destruction. Because that's all white nationalism really is. That's all it is. If you think long term, look, if they got what they say they want, is nothing but global isolation and irrelevance for the West, for white people, for the West. Yes, even the dynamics of American racism are going to invert because of the transition, the global transition, because there is no economic future in white supremacy. Okay, this should be are going to lose. And that this is actually precisely why racial conflict is being stoked. Because everything that's going on points to the fact that the national OCGFC are in acceleration mode right now. You understand me? Accelerating the dismantling of American power, American centrality, American influence, and American importance. And the most privileged people in America are the so-called white people. Okay? So they need to be readjusted. They need to be re-educated to accept the new reality of no longer being a priority for the power structure anymore. The best way to take away someone's privileges is to make them act in a way that ruins it for themselves. Make them act in a way that appalls other members of that same group. You understand me? This is what they did to us. That's what they did to us for at least 2 decades. More than, but at least 2 decades. Always spotlighting Muslim violent terrorist hateful behavior that was more often than not actually engineered by U.S. intelligence in the first place. So then we would come out endlessly to condemn it. The rest of the Muslims would come out endlessly to condemn it. It would make us lower our heads in shame, make us apologize, and bend over backwards to try to show everyone that we would be good, that we would be peaceful, that we would be servile, that you didn't have to be afraid of us. Now, in my opinion, this same approach is underway with the so-called white nationalists and so on. You know, people, Nick Fuentes and others. All of these people, just like the Muslim Brotherhood in a way, it's like the Muslim Brotherhood. They're the leaders. You know, on the one hand, they're trying to rile up white people, make them act stupid, make them say stupid, hateful things, make them act violently, and so on. And on the other hand, they're getting other white people to distance themselves from them because everyone's privileges are being revoked in America. You understand me? And the most privileged have to be dealt with very strategically. And like I say, there is the pre-existing deep and pervasive racism that already defines that society, and that makes it even easier to do, to rile up white people and make them act stupid.
What's up, everybody? Back with another video. It's a longer video, but nothing but jewels and facts. Let me know if y'all could hear me. Whoever is out here, what's good? We are free. What's good? Good to see you. And whoever else is up on here, and all the lurkers, watchers, and haters. You know, if y'all on here, shout out to you guys. Shout out to the people that swung over here from other platforms. You know, if you've never been here before, well, here it is, you know. But again, shout out to all you guys. But there's just so much to talk about. But the trajectory that I'm on is, hey, you know, you found new love. The trajectory I'm on is face the facts. Okay, that is over. And y'all know I've been saying it's been over for a long time. A lot of us been saying it. But I used to be caught up years ago in trying to save it. But no, now we just gotta welcome it gone. See its way on. We got the door open. All right, and it's time. Look, let's just go on ahead, pack our bags, and walk out the door. Because it's over. All right, and now they just released the what? The QAnon files. I mean the Epstein files. You remember they ran the QAnon, see how much they can control and manipulate people? Well, that's all the Epstein file is. I don't believe any of it. Okay, it's them putting it out to destroy themselves because that's what they do. That's how they do it. All right, they're bringing the ship down. All right, they're destroying what they built. That's it. Which you gotta. It's it. They built it. We didn't build this, guys. We didn't build this, okay? Let me know if y'all can hear me, because I don't even. I see the little blurb moving, but somebody let me know if y'all can hear me. And sorry I didn't go live last night. I got relaxed and I was like, I didn't feel the energy. But somebody throw a thumbs up, a middle finger, anything, you know. Just let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm gonna continue playing this as somebody throws me something.
And I'm not talking about whatever these white nationalists say. I'm not taking their position about the so-called great replacement and what have you. The so-called whiteness is under attack. Their so-called culture is under attack because of wokeness and anti-racism and so forth. No, what I'm saying is the reality is that so-called white people have been the beneficiaries of a system that no longer works in the world. And see, you have believed that your so-called whiteness was supposed to exempt you from the necessity of actually mattering to the global economy, and it doesn't. It doesn't protect you. It doesn't exempt you.
Oh, okay, all right. Thanks, Truth Virus. Good. TV. Shout out to Truth Virus. As all, go subscribe to his channel. All right, I'm sure he could resonate with a lot of these different things. You know, he's probably like me, just sick. And I'm even more sick than I've ever been of this society. Because I done came down, I turned the frequency down, and I went into the realms of the political parasites, right? The U.S. citizen creatures, okay? I went into those realms, and what I've seen, especially in the past 2 weeks, is probably the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life, and hence why I'm playing this video. And it's got nothing to do with a race thing. It's got nothing to do with a race thing at all. It just is what it is. We in the wolf pack down here in the underground. Shout out to my other brother Wise, you know, uh Truth Virus, everybody, y'all, all the underground people, y'all are the OGs, we know what time it is. All right. We know what time it is. Race don't play it, but we gotta tune it down. We gotta go into the matrix and realize that's what's been fed to these people. And this is exactly what's going on. All right. We already know we live in a white, if you're white, it is what it is. You do have privileges. All right, that just is. And any person, I've had white people even tell me that we're down to earth, like, yeah, we know we do have the upper hand, we have the advantage. Those are real white folks. They know they got the advantage, right? Which, shit, good for them, But it is what it is. But in the globe, that's why I'm trying to tell people this ICE they're not targeting immigrants, man. They're targeting you. They're targeting your rhetoric. It don't work in the new global economy, not the new world order. Okay, the new global economy. All right, where all these billionaires, including Mr. Trump, okay, which y'all gonna see this because I'm sharing it with y'all Trumpers, right? You MAGAs, which I already posted in a lot of your little groups and forums. So if y'all land here, y'all gotta wake the fuck up, okay? Y'all be trying to put your little comments and and all this, all this other shit, your feelings and your emotion. But what I give y'all is real. Real is real. I can't go live on Facebook. I've been banned, And again, Another thing I just got, I got a YouTube strike. I got a YouTube strike out of the blue all of a sudden this morning, right? I didn't even look at what it was, but I got a YouTube strike. Thankfully, they're all clean. I got a clean, y'all believe it? I got a clean slate. They said it was my first one, no effect, but I gotta go to what do they call it? Censorship school or some shit, whatever. But here I am. It is what it is. So yeah, I go off and this is I go off energy, man. I got no script. All right, I'm not in a box. I just flow. That's it. Whatever streams through me, streams through here, streams to you. That's how I do it. All right. A lot of people, I'm not really talking to my family over here. I'm talking to the people that coming in that don't know enough, that don't know who I am, what I'm about, or what even we are about. We've been talking about this shit for years, 15 fucking years, and y'all just think y'all woke up because they released the Epstein garbage from you, and you don't even know what the Epstein family is. The Epstein is an elite family. Like, this is just mind blowing, man. Everyone's like, oh, the Epstein files. Yeah, look at, yeah. These people actually think they're truthers, like literally. These people think they're truthers because the mainstream media released the Epstein files. Now they're happy. Now they're happy. And I'm gonna go back in here, and I'm gonna go back into this video and play this. Because this is already foretold, all right? And this person I'm playing, it's the Rogue Nation. It's a great fucking channel. I mean, they're dropping jewels because they come with an outside world perspective and be right on point. I'm like, shit, this motherfucker resonate with me. Sounds like shit that I be saying, but in a more intellectual way, right? It just is what it is. Dropping gems, dropping jewels from an outside perspective because he was here and then he left. Okay, he came over here. He wasn't born here, but he came over here, seen this shit. He left, you know, but he comes from an outside world perspective that you can see, and he comes from a perspective where he's watching shit around the world, which we all should be watching, which we'll know of what when we see them doing certain things, exactly what they're doing. And y'all know we've been doing this for a long time. But I've been told you guys, once true thing goes mainstream, find a new gig. All right, that's why I don't be on here because, I mean, it is what it is, you know. But yeah, these, and I'm looking at what's going on now. I'm looking 2020. This feels, in a sense, and I know a lot of y'all could resonate with me. I definitely know Wise is resonate with me with this. Truth Virus probably resonate with this, but this is like 2020 all over again, but in a different form. Okay, in a different form. And man, the Super Bowl coming up. We always be crossing our fingers around that time. Right? Exactly. The Super Bowl coming up. You got the Seahawks versus the Patriots. Okay, and if you know what the Seahawks represent, man, it's all there. Okay, it's all there. And I do believe, okay, so so now they come out with these Epstein files. Boom. Like, yo, like, man, they flipping the game. They're ending the game. Like, this is they're ending the game, guys. You gotta see that because you don't come back from this stuff. You can keep pushing for a little longer, but you gotta understand what do you open up? What are they opening up the door for? They're showing their own teeth and they're bringing it all down, right? And this Epstein stuff is being pushed all over the world that you're not being shown. So the world looks at the United States like, whoa. And then when they see the people not doing anything, okay, because you got to understand, different parts of the world have a total different perspective. And what is done to us won't even fly in other countries because Them motherfuckers will be hiding for real, because them people is not playing. Especially where countries where motherfucker ain't got nothing new. See, America's got a lot to lose. Therefore, the powers that shouldn't be know Americans ain't doing nada, zilch, nothing, zero. Okay, not a single thing. All right, nothing. Okay, you allowed it. Not they know you're not going to do anything about it because you're too comfortable. Okay, you're not going to do nothing about it. That's why I had to come out. Look, you bring a gun to a protest, this might happen. So that struck fear into you because they know they're about to do a lot more shit. Now that fear is, well, when they come out and say, oh, you can't, you know, I don't know, you can't, your taxes are going to double by 50%. Oh, now you want to come out and protest. Guess what? We're going to have a lot of restrictions on you. Then they go turn it up a notch and do some other stupid shit. Now you have to forfeit pieces of your land to something contract, some shit. I don't know. To target that middle class society, they're going to destroy. It's not. They're trying. They are destroying. Okay. So now when they come out and do that, now you're even more mad. So now you might try to pick up your registered firearm and go protest. You say, you know what? We're mad. And if you push us back, we're going to resist, type shit. They're just scaring you. Yeah, you have a right to do it. Would I recommend doing some shit like that? Hell, fuck no. I'm telling y'all, smile and just you ride out the storm. Smile. Thank them for the good job that they're doing. That's all I got to say. Not what they're doing in the streets and stuff. I'm talking about the hidden hand. Okay, the hidden hand. You're not stopping it. No matter what you do, there's no stopping what they're doing. My mic is messed up. Can y'all hear me? I'm kind of moving around, so it might be kind of messed up. But can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all still hear me out of the mic? Oh, I hate that. It always does that. My phone get hot. Maybe I might switch devices. But yeah. All right, let me know. Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Fucking stupid ass phone. Cause now the mic ain't moving at all. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me? Clear now? But I can't see the stupid mic moving. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Say clear now. Just make sure. Okay. So yeah, wherever I was at, I don't even remember now. But you know, well, basically welcoming. Look, it's over. Okay, ain't no stopping it. Again, I used to be like, oh, we need to try to do this. We need to try to do that. We need to try to do that. No, we don't need to try to do anything at this point. It's over. We've been used to say, at some point, we're going to be past that point if people don't wake up. And we're past that point. Nobody woke up. Okay. Waking up is to know that, okay, you woke up. It's over. Now look on the other side. Okay. Look on the other side. See what they're doing. All right. How fast are they doing it? Because it seems like it's pretty fast. Like I said, it feels like we're in 2020. All right, but just in a whole nother form. And my personal opinion, there's some form of lockdown coming up. All right, there's some kind of lockdown coming up. Okay, restricted movement. When you look at what the administration has done as far as, you know, visas and people coming to the country, they close that off, guys. You know, people, in order for people to come over here, they gotta, some certain countries, they gotta give up their social medias, they gotta give up biometrics, all kind of crazy stuff, man, like crazy stuff. It's mind blowing, man. You know, and when you see stuff like that now, 2025, and especially this year, they paying Mexico a lot of money to make it hard for people to come through Mexico. All right, all this stuff is in divine timing. It's in perfect timing of with them running their operations over here. All right, they're giving U.S. citizens a harder time going to Mexico now. Before I showed y'all, you can walk right in. They don't even ask for ID. All right, nothing. And their constitution, I mean, their constitution says that. All right. So I'm honestly tempted to go down there and do it again, just to see and bring up that constitution. But through the airports, ouch. Maybe not through the land borders, but through the air borders, yeah, they're giving people a hard time. Limiting devices that you can bring in there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. And that lets me know that they're tightening a lot of things up, man. A lot of things up. And now them doing all these different things. I just saw on a news network, Tom Homan was looking psychopathic as ever, talking about the whole ICE situation and saying we're going to keep doing it. Talking about they're the most professional. I mean, just bull crap, right? But they're still going to keeping on because they got a lot of agendas rolled in there. One, desensitization, right? They're desensitizing us to this because it's going to be used on U.S. citizens 100%. Okay. And they're also, securing human capital for the investors. There's a lot of money that's involved in this. People don't understand. You can invest in this, you can invest in weather, okay? Weather disasters, you can invest in all this stuff, you know? And that's what they do. It's just is what it is. This cold spell, disasters. They're invested in disasters, you know? It is what it is. People don't want to face it. I dropped the comment yesterday. Somebody asked a question. Okay, this is how mind blowing, like what I've seen. Okay, about this spell that people are under, man. It's mind blowing, man. Especially with this ice, just took it to a whole nother level of psychoticness, right? I don't care well, you believe it or not. I mean, it is what it is. It's just the way that it's being done and the way people are acting over it is just it's sickening. It's disgusting, man. And these are your neighbors. Like I told you, always told you what I used to tell you: check your bed first, because you might be laying with one. All right. Check your house. your family members, then check your neighbors, then check your area around your house, then your neighborhood, then your town, parish, city, village, whatever you in, then your state, and then you need to look at your damn country, okay? To know that these mentalities are all around you, okay? That's what I do. I go dive into these realms. Like, yo, these are the people that think voting is real, that believe in politics. This is how they think. It ain't just see people just think, oh, red, blue, liberal, MAGA, oh yeah, they're crazy. No, 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 no. You gotta go a hell of a lot deeper than that with it because these are the people that believe that they could vote some shit in, believe that going to the poll is going to change anything, believe that a new leader is going to change anything, believe that the current one is the problem, believe that the past one is the problem. No, these people are all around you, okay? And we are in a dangerous situation with these thoughts, okay? And I've been seeing it. Like I've been watching Long Island Audit. You know, he was. I mean, go watch that video and videos. The past couple videos, Long Island. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about him. Fuck y'all, CIA mind control idiots, right? Fuck you guys, man, with that stupid shit. Always, I don't like this person because they do that. Get the fucking message. The reason why I know so much because I don't discriminate. Anywhere I see some information, I'll get the motherfucking information. I don't give a fuck about the messenger. I'm the motherfucking messenger. Why do I care about where the message is coming from if it's resonating with me or I see the truth in it? That's y'all. That's that weirdo world that not y'all, but you know what I mean. That motherfuckers be in mind control. They just stuck in a box. Fuck your box. I ain't in no box. I'm the warehouse with boxes in it. Okay. That's how I look at things. Wherever I get the information from, and the information comes, I'm the messenger, not that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what y'all be talking about. But anyways, go check out the video. He went through the border checkpoints, same border checkpoints I went through when I was in South Texas. He went through that motherfucker, and he stood on his business. And man, what they did to him and the rhetoric and what they were saying should be alarming to any motherfucking body that sees that shit. These are the mentalities that are around us. Then he went back to one of the border patrol stations. Okay. Then, that was like, wow, these people think like this. That's fucking, it's mind blowing. Then he went to Minneapolis. He went to Minnesota. All right, to the protests. And if you would have saw the people on his own channel, I mean, it was like instant demon. It was like instant demonic possession. Instantly, they just boom turn. I mean, it was just mind blowing. I see this also on High Impact's channel when he was talking about the Border Patrol. The rhetoric that is coming from the people that follow them. Yo, this shit is crazy. And many other different platforms, but people start talking about the ICE shit. Yo, this shit is weird, man. It's the weirdest shit. It's crazy, man. Let me know if y'all can still hear me before I keep going. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. I appreciate it. All right. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Okay. That's Long Island audits. Past couple videos, one where he was taken by Border Patrol. He's got that video. Then he got the audio. This was crazy. He had a mic that they didn't get. So he had the audio while he was fucking locked. They held him and locked him up and like was trying to make him he never did either. He stood his ground. A lot of y'all motherfuckers, not y'all, but a lot of us motherfuckers ain't gonna do that shit. All right? Ain't gonna take that ride. Ain't gonna go put their hand, that hats off to him, man. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. He went through it and he even had the audio of him in the jail. Like the shit they were saying. Yo, that shit should alarm anybody. That is probably one of the most important videos of the time right now is the audio of him being put inside that place and what them motherfuckers were saying about how the administration, they believe, like these motherfuckers believe that because a new administration came on, all the propaganda and rhetoric, they just disregard the Constitution. This shit is right here, is how communism and authoritarianism and military rule comes in play. Fact. I mean, there's no denying it. I mean, this is just what it is. Okay? And this country will be under military rule. That's coming. When? I don't know. Sooner than later. It's coming in within the next 2 years. All right. It's definitely coming in before 2030. Like it will already be on the other side of the shit by 2030. And this is some people shit. People, if they are doing all of this now, okay, who would you think? 2030s in 40 years. I mean, 4 years. Okay. They're doing all this now. You know, they're not about to expose all this stuff for nothing. Come on, man, they've been showing Elon Musk popping it. That's why he brought him on as a right-hand man. They're showing, they're playing the role. All these characters are coming out now. Come on, man. All the stuff that they brainwashed us with, and we thought we were awake to. Oh, we're awake, and da da da. You know, now they're bringing it out. Okay, because they done heard it from us. They done came across our channels years ago. They just ignored it and stayed in the matrix. Now they're like, oh, So, so yeah, that's a Long Island audit. Just you can just go to the channel and check that shit out. It's pretty. It's really eye opening for me. Maybe other people they don't think like me. I don't know. For me, it's eye opening. For other people, maybe it's like, oh, it's like these people on Facebook, man. These people are just, oh my god, they're like stomach viruses, man. They're like, you gotta diarrhea these motherfuckers out. They're literally like, I watched it. He should have complied. Now, these are the same freedom-loving Americans that talk about liberty and the Constitution are saying he should. You literally got Americans. Fuck that. Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry. I keep disrespecting my people. I'm talking about U.S. citizens. Okay, U.S. citizens that believe in liberty, freedom, the Constitution are up there saying he should have complied. Choose your battles. Like what? That mentality been gone. Well, you're sitting on a log somewhere, waiting for a motherfucking crocodile to come up and just cows, just bite the shit, eat you whole. Like how long are you gonna wait on that log? Stupid motherfucker. That's what they said. They actually said that. I don't believe they watched it. Because ain't no way you about to watch that shit and walk out of there with a conclusion like you should have complied. Choose your own battles. Like what? Look at the mentality. Fuck what you should have did. I probably wouldn't have did it, but I'm just saying he went through it so we can see it. I mean, think about the shit, man. I mean, that shit is mind blowing, man. The rhetoric from that, and then seeing U.S. citizens just like diarrhea parasites, just I mean, this is just crazy shit, man. Like, I cannot believe what I'm witnessing, and all this is coming from the ones who believe that they're making America great again. Ironically, the same ones they're targeting. They don't get that they're being targeted. Okay, you don't understand where we're going. We are going to a global economy. It's brown and black. Okay, and high yellow. It ain't a fucking white economy. It's got nothing to do with race. It just is what it is. That's how they're selling that shit, anyways. Like, what? Do you see all this stuff about sustainability and economic, all this other stuff? All right, it's for everyone. So they gotta eliminate. They're erasing. They're erasing. They're getting you to bring down and conform to like, bitch, you better get out and lay down, or we gonna target you. All right, you better conform, or we're gonna target you. So they're doing they're making you conform. You know, y'all gotta get with it. They just look at me sideways when I say this shit. And I've been right more than I've been wrong. Okay, but I like to be wrong more than right. All right, because the shit that I'm talking about, I don't want to be right about it. But it just is what it is. That's what's on the wall. I didn't need another channel to tell me that shit. I already saw that shit coming. We've been seeing this shit coming. The minute we knew when Obama was here, when Trump was in the train, we all were like, yo, he's here to destroy the United States. He's here to destroy the United States, hands down. That's what he's here for. To destroy the United States, to take all that belief down with him. I wish I still had all the old videos that I've done stating that exact word to the T. All right. I lumped it into truthers and conspiracy theorists, but those that believe in, whatever America was, that's what they're targeting and taking down. All right. And it's just mind blowing, man. And then this right here, this is what I be talking about right here. This right here. Dumb man. This right here. All right. Better yet, yeah, this. This right here. Bootlicking U.S. citizens, sucking the boot, man. Don't realize that they're the target. Like, y'all motherfuckers are the target. You're the laughing stock of the world right now and don't even know it. Like, they're like, yeah, what they're showing the world, like, you got to remember, the ones that own all these companies, right? These technology companies, AI, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, they propagate to the rest of the world, you know? My wife be showing me shit from over in Taiwan. She be showing me shit. Like, look, I'm like, damn, look what they propagate. Shit, they making America look bad, bad, bad. And all you got to do is go on other news, social media, what they saying. When I want to know something, I look for it. And when I don't look for it, it comes to me anyway. And this is the type of shit that's being shown to the world. Okay, they already got Trump looking like a crazy man. Now they bring out the Epstein files and five all these different people. The world's looking like, what the fuck? And then they're looking at U.S. citizens. And then what's being propagated is this: all the U.S. citizens supporting this shit. So what you think they're doing? This is your digital ID rollout. We're watching it right here because they don't want your mentality in their economy. They don't want it. That's what it's about. They already got this shit going on in a lot of other countries. The main ones that are going to be in the global economy, they already got this. Okay, they already have it. All right, when Trump actually puts this stuff, well, not really Trump, but the administration through Trump actually puts this, and visas in these countries, we're targeting these countries, and, they need to do all these before they come to our country. Well, that's reverse psychology. What they're saying is that's what those countries are going to be doing to U.S. citizens, okay, when the Titanic fucking sinks, okay? That's what they're going to be doing. And people don't understand it. I can't help y'all understand. I'm here laying it. If y'all get it, y'all get it. If y'all don't get it, hey, it is what it is. I don't care. All right. And that's why my forward thinking is that global economy. All right. That's what we need to be looking at, aligning ourselves with, and paying attention to. All right. And moving towards that shit ourselves. Okay. It just is what it is. This place is toast. Okay. This place is burnt toast. All right. And this is the thing. Like, look at this thumbnail. This is what I'm seeing. Like, they want this stuff, you know. I put deport my own son. He thinks ICE is bad. This is the kind of rhetoric that's coming out. These people, they don't care. It's ICE or nothing. Like, they don't care. I was on a post where they were talking about something, and then somebody put on the post ICE baby. Like, these motherfuckers are like Tourette syndrome. They could be watching a Red Bull commercial on sports, and then in the comments you'll see ice baby, deport them all. Like, it's like Tourette's fucking syndrome. These people are mentally possessed by this weird ass Kirk demon I told y'all about months ago. Told y'all they was ushering some energy in here, and if y'all been around the realms like I've been, you see it. Because I didn't see this rhetoric before. I didn't see this rhetoric before at all. Little pockets of different, but this is different, man. You literally got people that talk about the Constitution, talk about liberty and freedom for all. It just all out the fucking window. And when it be on videos where U.S. citizens are getting fucked with. I'm not even talking. I'm not talking nothing about him. This perspective I'm coming from is the shit I see on U.S. citizens getting fucked with. Okay. I mean, go through the comments. Your ass will throw up. You'll throw up in your mouth. You'll get disgusted like I am. Disgusted. That's the reason why I made this video. Because it's disgusting. It's pathetic. It's pitiful. I'm ashamed to be around these U.S. citizens, man. These are creatures. You know, they need a leash. These motherfuckers are creatures, man. They ain't humans. They're not human no more. These are fucking creatures. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Go ahead and play a video. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Take a little quick little breather. Let me know if y'all can hear me.
You understand? The world is decentering from America and the West. And that makes white supremacy a liability. So they're going to bait white people into so-called standing up for whiteness so that they can cull you. You understand? Because thinking like that, with this white nationalism, thinking like that only shows that you have no place in the future. See? Again, this is very much like the so-called Islamists, like the Muslim Brotherhood. Getting people to come out for marches, getting people to join online forums and so on, getting people to stop their rhetoric, their vitriol, just so that you can be identified by the authorities as someone who's problematic, someone who needs to be watched, someone who needs to be isolated or eliminated, because the truth of the matter is you are not someone who is going to contribute to anything useful or productive in the world or in society, just like these white nationalist types. They have nothing to offer, they have nothing to contribute. And of course, the reality is that their actions will cause exactly what their actions are supposed to cause: violence, division, polarization. I mean, can you not see that you as a population are being provoked at every turn? You understand? They sent ICE, right? Which is nothing but the American version of the Black and Tans auxiliaries that the British deployed to terrorize the Irish. Look it up if you don't know what the Black and Tans were. They sent ICE to every place that they thought would generate a violent backlash. Believe me, New York, Chicago, LA, and so on, until they finally sent them to the South, hoping that some shotguns would get brought out, you know? All the places that are known for guns and violence, Miami, Newark, etc., and having these ICE agents terrorize people. I'm telling you, they're trying to get a response. They're trying to get a response. Deploying the army in this and that city and so forth. They're provoking, and I think it's deliberate. And it's a win-win for them. It's a win-win for them, however that provocation goes. The ICE agents are cannon fodder. I'm telling you. That's why you haven't seen a single one of those people, a single one of those ICE agents who has any idea whatsoever how to behave in anything like a professional manner, in anything like professional law enforcement. They hire goons and thugs. Their job is to provoke a backlash, and it's win-win for them, because if you don't react, if you don't retaliate, okay, so now you have become habituated. You have normalized this new approach to policing. That's a win for them. And if you do retaliate, which is what they really want, in my opinion, well, then they get to launch a scorched earth campaign across your cities, which is also
a win-win. And we already know a lot of this. But think about it. I mean, it is what it is. You know? It's just where we're headed. You know? It is what it is where we're headed. And it's, it's just we all knew these days were coming. I mean, this is just a writing on the wall. This is like the complete, package. This is like what it is. There's no, going around it. There's no tiptoeing. It's here. And there's going to be more ice, and then when it gets warm, it's going to go to U.S. citizens. You know, Nobody's worrying about it. What the fuck are you talking about? Nobody's worried about the shit. In case people don't know this, you weren't here at the beginning of the video to even know why I'm even doing the video. You know, what's meant to happen, meant to happen. It's essentially what I'm saying. But I don't have that mind controlled mindset that, oh, love and light, and it's meant to be, just roll with it and be happy. Nah, it ain't the fuck you mean be happy. That's weirdo world, man. That's that weirdo world shit. We all gotta go through this. There are gonna be tough times. We gotta have the mindset of, look, we gotta go through it. Fuck it. Let's just do it. It's not let be, let be, don't worry about it. You I'm not worried about the collapsing of the fucking, I gotta worry about not knowing how to maneuver through this. Like, we're all gonna have to worry about it. That's the old stupid thought. Come on, man. That's just that's nonsense talk. Fuck, we could be in the house tomorrow. The power goes out. Boom. Oh, what's meant to be? You gonna sit there, man? Stop that. That's that truth or stupid shit that's been embedded in y'all fucking brains for so many years, man. Stop thinking like that, man. Don't worry. You gotta prepare and be prepared. You gotta set your mind. You gotta have a mindset like, yo, we gotta go through this. Fuck it. You know. You make it sound like, whatever. That's somebody pointing a gun in my fucking face. Meant to be. Fuck it. Man, please, you better know how to defend yourself. You better know how to get through sicknesses. You better know what you can fucking eat. You better be worrying, you know? Fuck you talking about, don't worry. Fuck you talking about. It depends on your perception of worry. Hey, this ain't worry. This is warning, prepare, understand. I'm not worried about shit. I can't wait for the shit to be done. Then we ain't gotta worry no more. Can't wait for it to be done. It's already in progress. I see the shit. I see the Epstein files and all the shit coming out. I'm happy. I see the sport, the fake rig sports shit they're putting out. I'm happy. I hope they expose it all this year. I don't think they're gonna expose it this year, but there's a high probability through this Super Bowl, okay, that they literally show obvious rigging and signs through it all to later, boom. Now, if they go after sports, y'all better start getting really ready, because that's the entertainment side. I don't think they're gonna fuck with that yet, but eventually they're gonna expose the rigged sports, and they're gonna be like, oh, this billionaire was funneling this through trafficking and this through the NFL, and these players are involved. Why? Oh, that's 100% coming. They're taking the ship down, okay? We're taking the shit down, you know? Oh, yeah, that's coming too. They're taking this ship down, okay? And that's what people need to understand. And I know a lot of y'all do understand, but that shit you talking, don't worry about it. It's meant to be, it's meant to be. I don't think like that. I think like that in other aspects of my life, but not shit like this. We got to go through it, all right? I ain't, I'm not on fucking, I'm not that far up in my consciousness, and that I just disregard what the fuck's in front of me. That ain't even happening. You know, I'm just telling y'all, this is where we're at. The other side is this. Put yourself in this mind frame. Let it go. Okay? Let this shit go. All right. It's like an old abusive fucking relationship. Bad relationship, verbally, mentally, narcissistically relationship, and it's over now. And you got a new love coming. Go seek that new love. You realize you're happier than staying in it. And y'all know that's been my mindset from a long time, is getting the fuck up out of here because I know what's coming. All right. That's been my that's been my wave for a very long fucking time. But I was like, you know what? Like, but it is what it is. Now that shit is like, okay, where do we want to be located while this shit comes through? Because they're gonna take it down, and I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about the people next to me from the rhetoric that I'm already seeing. These motherfuckers are psychopaths. Like, they're with the shit. You ain't seen nothing yet. They're with us U.S. citizens that don't fall in their boxes being removed, and they don't give a fuck if it's by death. They don't care. These motherfuckers dangerous. I told y'all about these people, man. You know, I told y'all about these people. These people are dangerous, man, around you. Your own neighbors and people in your community are dangerous. You need to go. We should be networking in line, and I've done that with people that are like-minded, you know. But the rhetoric that I've seen, and which that's what I want to talk about pretty much right now, is the shit that I've been seeing on Facebook.
which is also a win for them. So it's a win-win.
Sorry.
This is what's happening.
Facebook, Instagram, uh, uh, all these groups and forums, and now they're showing like as soon as I open my phone because I was about to read some comments, I see Trumpstein is a demon on earth, and then I see Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. This is an obvious AI photo. Oh, look, I'll show y'all real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can show y'all. Okay. Look at this shit. All right. You got Trump and Epstein. This is an obvious AI photograph right here. I don't know why it's backwards, but it's an obvious AI photograph, right? Look, see, they got all this AI now. Now they could easily. What kind of camera is that? It's like reversed. Okay, anyways. I just opened my phone. Look, they got this stupid shit. These are obviously AI photos. Look at the arm. Okay. And they're deliberately putting this stuff out here. Look at the arm. Look at Trump way over here, and then look at the arm all the way over here. Damn, this shit don't look good. All right, he's kissing some young girl. The arm, obviously, that's not. They're putting this out. Obviously his arm ain't gonna be all the way out there without a jacket. I mean, this is AI hands down. Okay, and then you got this 1997 around all these kids, and looks like the Island Boys are down here. That's another thing. I mean, this is just crazy. All right, but we know they're all doing it, and you could tell from the photos that are all being put out, right, that these are all fucking AI images. All right. This is straight AI. The lighting, the way the shit is made. I mean, it's all AI. You could tell. And they're deliberately putting it out like that so they can come out later and say, oh, due to, this and we need to ban AI. I mean, these are obviously AI pictures, you know? Crazy. But anyways, let me know if y'all can hear me real quick. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if y'all could hear me. All right, thanks, TV. Shout out to Truth Virus rocking out with me. But yeah, I mean the rhetoric. Oh my God, it's just been mind numbing, man. And I'd be having to take a break because people be commenting and commenting and commenting and commenting and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I do that to engage the thought process, the mentality, man. It's bad, guys. It's bad. These people are with it. I mean, you don't line up with them. The internet has made people shallow as fuck. They don't care about it. We all notice this outside our everyday life. That shit comes from social media. Nobody cares about anybody, man. You know? And like life is like meaningless. So therefore, having that mentality and you don't line up with what they believe in, oh, they're not with it. They try to say that all these other people around the world were bad. I was watching a video. This dude was like, he was fed up with He was fed up with you know, the news and how they were showing what was going on in Iran. So he went over to Iran. I gotta finish watching it, but thanks, bottom of the night. I gotta finish watching, but man, it's an eye opener, man, of how they just lied to us, man. And like people, this is the type of shit that I watch. I don't, cause I'm not into the truth and shit. So I watch people that going over to these other countries, man. And we've been so there's people in other places that are beautiful souls, man. And that's when you realize, y'all, you can understand why I've called U.S. citizens creatures and shit. And why I really don't associate like these motherfuckers around me is because of that right there. And because of being exposed to other cultures, right, from the world. And, I'm not a discriminative person. I've always been open to, other people's cultures, and I love other people's culture. All right. And I know what happened in my own history. So, you know, that's why I got the percent I do. Because when you look at it, U.S. citizens are some fucked up, nasty, disgusting fucking people, man. Truly are. They're really disgusting. I mean, the attitudes, the mindset, the perception, the entitlement, the way they act is acting is just fucked up. Not everybody. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't act like that. But the people around us, they act like this. And it's sad, man, and it's pathetic, man. They wouldn't shit on you. They wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't shit piss on you if they were paid to do it. They just wouldn't do it. They'd be like, nah, you know what? A hard pass for me. They can die, or they can out of my reality. So I gotta take one intermission real quick. So give me a second. I'm gonna let this video keep playing, but just give me like 5 minutes. I gotta get a perk.
Happening. They're telling you that AI is the reason that jobs are being cut in America, even though most of the jobs that are being cut are actually just moving overseas. Because the truth is that AI is actually incredibly bad at doing any real work. Your farms are going under. Your economy is spiraling down the drain. You're being openly terrorized and abused and kidnapped and assaulted by masked men in your streets. You're being surveilled. Whenever you drive anywhere, they're watching you. They're monitoring your driving patterns. And they'll detain you for no reason whatsoever. I mean, on and on and on. And yes, of course, you have the constant provocation of all of these different types of culture war groups, hateful protests, violent protests, assassinations, and so on. Your country is falling apart and you know it. But you're not going to do anything about it. Because they've already made sure that you are incurably unserious people. They've made sure that you don't have the ingredients necessary to actually make anything. You understand me? And that's what I'm saying. This is the grave danger of immaturity, the grave danger of unseriousness. And this is what I mean by the captivity of irrelevance. You're just scrolling. You understand? You're just scrolling. On average, the average American spends between 5 to 7 or even 8 hours a day either scrolling or browsing the internet or watching movies and TV, streaming services. I mean, the rest of the time, I assume that you're at work or asleep. You drink, you smoke, you do drugs, you watch pornography, you make frivolous content. Like you have time for that. You understand? Like you have time for that. You do not have time for frivolity right now. You honestly don't. But you can't actually wrap your head around the ramifications of what's happening, of what's truly happening. You think it's all just drama. You think nothing's ever really going to change. You think that America is always going to be on top. You think that the West will always be on top. You think that maybe you're just going through a difficult moment as a country. No, it is over. I'm telling you. If you don't start getting serious now, then there's no future for you individually. You don't have time to be worried about celebrity, I don't know, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds or Ariana Grande or what have you. You don't have time for this. You don't have time to be ranting about women or ranting about patriarchy, ranting about feminism. These are my top 10 movies released in 2025. You don't have time for this nonsense. See, you're used to the privilege of being able to waste time. Like you think that you can just hide your head in the sand of some streaming service and wait for all this to blow over. but it's not going to blow over. You didn't hit a pothole, you drove off a cliff. And it's not just because of Trump. Don't tell yourself that. Don't think that all I have to do is try to hold on until this administration is over and everything will go back to normal. No, you're on a trajectory. You're not on a treadmill. You understand? You're going to a certain destination. You know, I see people online who are telling themselves and telling each other, something's got to happen. Something's got to change. Something's got to give, and what have you. Talking about ICE, talking about Trump, or what have you. Saying FAFO, right? Pretending to yourselves that people are going to rise up. Pretending that, I don't know, Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson or whoever else, anyone on either side of the machine, left or right side of the machine, you're pretending that they're going to lead some sort of a mass movement that's going to fix everything. Yes, just like the Muslim Brotherhood. Just like the Muslim Brotherhood people believe. Which is exactly why the Egyptians, who know the Ikhwan better than anyone else, why the Egyptians call the Muslim Brotherhood drug dealers. And anyone who's like them, they call them drug dealers. Selling the utopian opioid. No, that's not going to happen. And I've told you before, all you can do is brace for impact. There's no turning around. So you need to be serious now. You need to be serious, not for social change, not for your society, not for America, not for the West or what have you. America doesn't care about you. The West doesn't care about you. America and the West has put you in the situation that you're in. So you need to be serious for yourselves. You need to be serious for your families. You need to be serious for your children, if you have any, and you need to be serious for your community, if that's possible. You don't have time to waste, I'm telling you. You don't have time to waste. Even these Epstein files, right? The emails and so on, even the earlier case with Diddy. Wallahi, this is all part of the dismantling of the domestic power hierarchy. It's part of the subordination of America. Discrediting everyone in your society. But somehow you act like you think that American empire can end, but life in America will go on as if the empire didn't end. Or you act like some ex machina is going to come along to save you in the nick of time. I'm telling you again, and I've said it repeatedly, this is not going to happen. And yes, the truth of the matter is it shouldn't happen. Because the downfall of America is perhaps the most deserved downfall in history. And I'm saying that most of you don't even have the ingredients to save yourselves. Because the most important ingredient in all of this is seriousness. And the truth of the matter is that the hypermarket of America never did stop that item. So I would suggest that you start looking for it somewhere else.
Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm almost done. 1 second.
Well, there's a connection, honestly. Really, there's a connection between, what they talk about in the West with the so-called crisis of masculinity. The idea of men not being men, or men not acting like men, not understanding what it means to be a man, and so on. There's a connection between that and all of a lot of the online political ranting that we see, like even among Muslims in the diaspora in the West who've been westernized. They have these very simplistic perspectives about geopolitics and these very childishly judgmental ideas about the rulers. The rulers are supposed to do this, that, and the other. And if they don't do what I think that they should do, then they're sellouts, they're weak, they're traitors, and what have you. This is a very adolescent view. Because these are views of people who have no concept of responsible decision making. You understand? They have no concept of the duty that comes with authority. And that's essentially at the root, at the core of this whole so-called masculinity crisis. You know, on a personal level, they don't understand responsibility on a personal level. And then they project that ignorance into their quasi-analysis of politics. See, you're talking about people who have never had to actually weigh the consequences of their actions. They've never had to weigh the consequences. Anyway, they generally don't weigh the consequences. Whether they've had to or not, they don't do it. They just act on their urges and their impulses and their whims, and they think that that's manly because it's powerful to do what you want. And any individual man who doesn't act like that, they'll say he's not manly. And if any individual government on a state level, if a government doesn't act like that, then they think that that government is not taking a stand. They think that that government is weak or it's traitorous or sellouts or what have you. This means you've never really had any experience in your life. I mean, honestly. It means that you've never learned that you need to make careful decisions in life. You know, you need to anticipate outcomes in life. You have to choose your actions wisely. You've never learned that on a personal level. Because that's what you want a man to be like. A man is supposed to be like that. And that's actually the way a government is also supposed to be. But if you're not a man like that, then you're not going to appreciate the importance of a government being like that. You understand? And basically, you're never really going to understand what's going on in the world. Because you're just a slave to your feelings. You're a slave to your own temper. You're a slave to your desires. You're a slave to your emotions and so forth. I mean, you don't even need red pill podcast bros to exist, or anti so-called patriarchy feminist types to exist. You don't need any of that to exist in order for you to know that there's a lack of masculinity in the West. You can literally just look at the political commentary coming out of the West to understand, including from Muslims in the diaspora, including from Muslims. Because men don't talk like that. Men don't think like that. Men don't completely lack that sense of responsibility and that sense of duty and complex decision making and long-term planning like that. That's not masculine. Not to mention the quality of just flapping your gums nonstop about anything, you know, about things that you don't even actually know anything about, that you're not informed about or educated about. And it's always histrionic, it's always emotional, it's always raving, it's always loud, it's always performative, and so forth. Okay, these are not the qualities of men. These are not masculine qualities. So yes, we know you have a masculinity problem in the West. I mean, I'm not saying that Western or Westernized women are necessarily any better, obviously. You know, I mean, on the one hand, you've got them demanding an end to the patriarchy, and on the other hand, telling men that they need to step up and be leaders and take responsibility and take care of women and so forth. Like, you don't even understand that what you're calling for is patriarchy, and what you're suffering from is the absence of patriarchy. You understand? But whatever. Patriarchy isn't our term anyway. It's not an Islamic term. No. The truth is, in the West, both sides of the gender divide are insufferable and psychotic, in my opinion. It's no wonder that the birth rate is so low. Honestly, it's amazing to me that men and women in the West can even tolerate each other long enough to get the check for dinner, much less actually have relationships. I mean, of course, obviously, this is how it's depicted on social media, so who knows what the reality is on the ground. Alhamdulillah, I'm not there, so I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the situation is on the ground. Alhamdulillah, I don't. But either way, the online phenomenon of social and political tantrums reflects the same thing: a basic lack of maturity, a lack of seriousness, a lack of experience, a lack of the ability to process experiences. Personally, I'm not frankly interested in the whole gender, man, woman, masculinity, femininity, red pill, feminism, uh, uh, black pill, white pill, all the skittles. I'm not interested in this, honestly. I've already done like something like 200 videos for the Woman playlist, the Woman channel when we had it. I've more or less said everything that I have to say about that. But it is interesting to me for other reasons. Like I say, for the politics of it all and what it means in terms of options for the future for Westerners, and including Muslims in the West, because it indicates or it reveals, like I say, a lack of responsibility, a lack of maturity, and really a lack of thinking skills, planning, anticipating consequences, and so forth. This is a real condition in the West, and it's very serious. And to a great degree, I think that this condition has been engineered for the population, particularly in America. You know, because if you're able to foresee consequences, if you're able to predict realistic, probable outcomes, you're at an advantage. And if you can't do that, you're at a disadvantage. You're at an insurmountable disadvantage. You're in a state of loss, no matter what you're trying to do. And I think part of this comes from the entitlement and the coddling, that you've never had to consider the consequences of your actions. You've never had to consider what your actions might lead to, because you'll be protected from the consequences anyway. This again suggests either a lack of experience or else a complete failure to learn anything from your experiences. And it suggests a lack of comprehension of responsibility and authority, like I said. And this, I'm very sorry to tell you, this completely disqualifies you from having your opinion on almost anything taken seriously. And don't misunderstand me here. I'm not saying this to you to try to berate or to dismiss you. I am telling you that this is the situation you are in, and you might want to do something about it. Because at the end of the day, unserious people, unserious people are going to be mistreated. They're going to be used. They're going to be abused. They're going to be exploited. They're going to be manipulated. And the only remedy to that is to become a serious person. Look, take for example, when you're a young man, okay, you have a temper. Generally speaking, we have a temper when we're young. You get heated up about something. You get into an argument with someone. Doesn't matter what it is. But you know you're young. You have the testosterone pumping through you. You feel that aggression building up inside you. Well, you might just start swinging when you're young. You might start swinging, try to win the argument with your hands, right? Okay, you won't act like that if you're a father. You won't act like that if you're a husband, if you have responsibilities, or if you've been in this scenario before, if you have experience in this. Like, you know, when you're young and dumb, you might even start swinging, start a fight when you're at the top of the stairs and the stairs are behind you. You understand?
All right, y'all. My
You might
bad.
start trying to-
My fault. My bad. I'm back. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Sorry about that. Supposed to, but I ain't want to stop the video. Let me know if y'all can hear me. All right, yeah, go that way. Give me a thumbs up, a whoop de doo dah day or something. Middle finger. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Uh, Anybody? Can y'all still hear me? Let me know. Okay, y'all can still hear. Thank you. So yeah, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I don't know where I was at, but oh shoot, I gotta go right here. Yeah, shout out to everybody that's tuned in, and yeah, again, man, I'll beat the dead horse. You know, there's another, it's like two other people that I check out. One dude is in Turkey. The other guy is in, I think, Lebanon, and you know, they come with a outside the United States perspective on what's going on. Like the guy from Turkey, he's only visited here. He don't live here. Okay, so you know, when you get an outside perspective, and this is what the world is seeing. I mean, shit. That's from the outside. That's from the outside looking in. And the video that I was playing was from 2 months ago about the ICE stuff. You know, the his name is what you call it? Shahid Bosin. You know, that was from 2 months ago. All right, 2 months ago, and they could see it. And this thing is, Americans can't. Sorry, U.S. citizens can't see it. Truthers can't see it. You know, everything in between can't see it. We need to do this, and we need to. No, we don't need to do nothing, man. We just need to prepare for the collapse. That we need to do this to save this is fucking over. You're not doing that. You're not waking anybody to fuck up. They got that on lock. Nobody's waking nobody up at all. Zero. Not even close. You know? Prepare, worry, you know? Worry about, like, yo, like, we got to figure it out for if you're by yourself or with your family. You got to figure it out. You know, how do you want to ride out the wave? How do you want to ride out the storm? How do you want to jump ship? You know? You're holding on to an illusion. When the money goes, there is no, you just roll it over and here you go. No, it don't work like that. That's why these people have invested. That's why BlackRock has bought all these things up with assets. All right. They don't use money. These billionaires, they don't use money. Okay. They're not using the American dollar. All right. Their shit is backed by bonds, EFTs, all kind of stuff. You know, they're not buying crypto scam. They're not doing none of that shit. You know, the hell. They've all aligned themselves with the global economy, and now they're on the outside crashing the ship. You know, ain't no difference. They just invested in the whole new business. They're like, well, this business is closing, so you know, I gotta go over here and make my money over here. You know. So I mean, yeah, after, you know, whatever happens. You know, there are going to be states. The states are all still going to be here. Okay, all that. All right, but they're going to be. You know, it's going to be a lot. I mean, it's going to be. You know, the infrastructure is not going to be there as far as the monetary infrastructure. You know, it is what it is. You know how you gonna know about the dollar? The dollar's collapsing, and then think everything that's been built upon that dollar is still gonna be here. No, man, it don't work like that. History have shown you that it don't work like that. The ones that invested in it and or the government or military controls property. I mean, there's stuff already in law books on that anyway. You know, just is what it is. So it's a serious situation, you know. But nothing to be alarmed about. Just hey, start looking into what nations they're bringing upon. You know, start looking to the BRICS nation and seeing how they're bringing it forth, seeing how it works, and what's the whole, you know, purpose behind it, and try to see what they have done. You know. So, but shout out to all you guys. I'm gonna need another intermission because I had to go in another place. I'm looking for a fitting. So give me another minute.
To that in America. That's why we have Black History Month, right?
All right. So just here.
It's a well-known issue that African Americans, Black people in America, so-called, don't know their history. That they're cut off from the history of Africa, and even the history of everything that they did and everything that was done to them in America. That's why you have Black History Month, right? So this is something that everyone knows about. Everyone is aware of this issue. But the truth is that so-called white people don't know their history either. Their history in America or their history in Europe. Americans generally don't know history, which is incredibly useful when you consider the fact that history repeats itself. It's incredibly useful to keep the entire population in a state of amnesia so that the whole country operates like the main character in that film Memento, you know? So you keep doing the same things that you've always done, and you never understand that you're actually doing the things that history has already judged to be crimes. You understand? You can do it as if there's no context, as if there's no history, as if there's no pattern. That's the whole point of approaching current events from an ahistorical perspective. You don't want anyone to see the pattern. You want to be able to do things that have already been condemned by history, but you want to keep doing them anyway, as if you don't know that they're contemptible. You don't know that they are condemned actions. Just like Donald Trump now invoking the Alien Enemies Act in reference to mass deportations and so on. Okay, this is the same act that put tens of thousands of Japanese Americans into internment camps in World War II, and for which the United States government eventually had to provide compensation and eventually had to even apologize for doing it. You see, it is something completely contemptible that you did it, but you want to repeat it. So you forget your history. You forget history so you can repeat history without blame. All so-called white people and so-called black people in America
My bad. My phone had died. What's good, Rob Zen? But my bad. My phone had died on me. Let me know if y'all could hear me. Let me know if y'all could hear me. I see the speaker moving, so my phone croaked on me. That's my fault. But let me know if y'all could hear me loud and clear. All good. That's Sashim Bosen. Be dropping. He be dropping jewels, you know. But I found him like I don't know, like a few months ago, but it just popped up in my feed. I guess it's kind of because the rhetoric that I spit kind of fits. So yeah. Um, yeah, so this is all I really want to do is kind of just come on and talk about basically the climate of this shit right here because no, not that. This is out of control, you know. And it's not just with I mean, it's just with, you know, right there on top. Please control us. Yes, rule us. And then you got this one. They don't realize that this is going on, you know, along with some other things. So, um, yeah, man, it's pretty, it's where we're at, man. You know, and then the release of the Epstein files was good, Sneaker Man, Razen, Old, Circuit Man, whoever else is up on here. Um, you know, the release of the Epstein files is just like it's just like you know they're just releasing a new variant. You know, it's like a new variant has been released. I'm honestly, man, and I know my brother Wise. He'll probably watch this later. He gonna resonate with this is like some you know this is like COVID. You know, we need to be paying attention to it. You know, we need to be yeah, exactly, normalizing hit squads, and that's the thing, man. Like I can always give shout out to my brother. Um, um, sorry, 1 second. Um, yeah, go that way over here. Make a left. All right. Um, you know, straight up, straight up hit squads. And you know what you call it made a video about this years ago. You know, and think about it. They just roll up, boom, jump out, boom, snatch you up, boom, put you in, boom. Nobody know nothing where you at. Nothing, man. Like they've done did this. It's not this. This is how they do it, man. When they collapse a country, this is what they do, man. They target they target the resistance or who's going to be a problem or who's going to not conform to you know whatever's coming forth. That's what I said. Shit, let the shit go. I mean, what are you fighting for? You'll never see me fighting for this bitch ever. Never. You'll never see me fighting to say this shit. Ain't nothing to say. Look at it. Why would you want to save this? All right. You can't save it. They built it. Now they're getting rid of it. They stole it, built it, and now they're getting rid of it. You got to accept it. You know what it is. Accept it and get over it. You know.
or you want to go out with a blaze of glory. I'm gonna go out. No one's gonna take nothing from me. They ain't gotta take shit from you. They don't even gotta physically come to you. That's what they're showing you. They don't have to physically come to you to affect you. All they gotta do is collapse their system. That's it. They collapse their system, and you're gonna come to them any goddamn way. Point blank. Period. There's no jobs coming here. The jobs have moved overseas, not China. Them days over. They've been invested in India, Indonesia, Thailand, okay? All these other places now. These big companies, that's where they're at. Because they already know they gotta align with the global economy, and they're not gonna do it in the United States because they know transition is coming. Okay? They already know that. They know, and they about that money. They know on top of that, they're going to keep it flowing in, and they're going to be a part of the rebuilding process. On the movies, how they always showed, and history showed us that the wealthy ones helped the nation after it collapsed. So, it is what it is. And then people always say, you're always talking about doom and gloom, and you're always posting doom and gloom. No, it's doom and gloom to you, but it is what's happening. People call it doom and gloom when they don't want to face the truth. They don't want to face the truth, so they say it's doom and gloom. Well, to me, it ain't doom and gloom. It's called a preparedness and awareness. It's detachments. We're detaching. Detaching from the system, so you're not shocked and mesmerized when it ain't here. So it's crazy. Yeah, ICE is like the IDF. It is. It's like everything that we're seeing now has been done before. Let's see. And let's see, what's the top news real quick? Let's see what they're talking about. A lot of the talk is all about the Epstein crap. Trump administration will pull 700 immigration officers from Minneapolis 2 hours ago, right? That's what they're saying. Andrew and Epstein asked exotic dancer for sex acts, legal letter claims. They're going to keep propagating that. Trump scolds CNN Caitlin Collins for not smiling. All right, showing you the authoritarian regime. I'm going through the headlines like truth virus. UK will release files related to Mandelson's ambassador appointment and more Epstein fallout. Here we go in the UK, running the same operation. Why, ironically, is everything that involves the Epstein files involving every place that they're trying to collapse? All right, which is that colonizer, hold, that colonizer grip. That's the target, man. Trump grants tariff breaks to politically connected companies, says Democrats, right? And this is where they fuck with the Democrat and Republican parasite minds. It's crazy. Let's see who they are. Says the letter comes from time when President Trump is visibly favoring some companies and investors, some of whom have publicly courted him with personal gifts like the gold-plated desk clock recently presented by Rolex CEO, and donations to his controversial plans to build a White House ballroom. This blurred the lines between business and government has led to political commentators and business leaders across the political spectrum warn that the United States is tipping into crony capitalism. Well, what people don't know is they're isolating the United States from the world and bringing the ship down, and also making it to where no businesses want to do business with the United States. Period. And other countries don't want to do business with the United States. Meanwhile, these same companies and corporations are invested in the world economy that's going to come online. You know, all you got to do is Google how to invest in the BRICS and look what the first name pops up in there. How to invest in the BRICS. Boom. BRICS Journal Forum, BRIC ETF list. And then put in investing in BRICS with BRICS in caps, all caps. And you're going to get BlackRock. You're going to get other firms. And you know they're trying to sell you. You know, you got to be careful because you've already seen some scams on there trying to sell you some bull crap. That's not the type of shit I'm talking about. I'm talking about putting yourself in the game where the BRICS is at. So, but you'll see all the big top companies, Vanguard, all of them, you know. So, and what they're going to do, right, is because they know that they don't want to tip Americans off yet about the BRICS. So what they're doing is they are, what I found out from the little research I've been doing is it's on the hush now so they can position themselves. And then they're going to slowly trickle out, you know, ways to invest in that, but controlled by the ones that got in it already. So they're going to create the platforms, right? Whatever them ways are to invest, and then try to sell it to the world, you know, people around the world, whatever. You know, I don't think they're going to really propagate it to the U.S. citizens as a whole, but it'll be available for people that are looking. You know, like me, I'm looking, but I'm not going to indulge myself in that because I'm just going to look at the companies like, okay, well, how did the companies establish themselves in these positions? Don't look at the company trying to sell you some bullshit, because they're going to base that off of what's in play right now, the U.S. dollar. All right. And then they're going to make even more money because inflation and all that other shit. Okay. So don't buy into any of that stuff. All right. Because they're not going to tell you about the inflation side. It's like, oh, you can invest in people like, oh, buy stocks and this and that, stock going up, this, that, buy EFTs. But no, they're not telling you that those, as far as investing in shit like that with inflation, you got to get non-inflation type shit to invest in, shit that is not going to be infected by that inflation, because that's how they're going to get everybody, is they're going to inflate their currency, okay, which gives them the ability to buy up more shit, okay, and then what's going to happen is what? They're going to control even more. All right. So I don't recommend, you know, none of that type of dealings and shit. I'm talking about get in where you fit in, maybe get your body into them areas, you know, or set your mind in those areas. Okay, well, what is the BRICS system going to be operating in? You got to remember, they're destroying the United States and everything with it, meaning the sports are going to be destroyed. All right. As far as how we know it, Hollywood is going to be destroyed. Okay. They've already been doing that. The music industry is going to be destroyed. All right. That persona of how they are doing it all is going to be all destroyed. All right. They got to do it. It is what it is. And see, that's this. Now we're going to get into the AI, right? Truth is, oh, be scared of AI and run from AI and don't use AI when everything is already AI. Your phone, if you're listening to me right now, you're on some form of artificial intelligence. Period. All right. I wanted to learn AI. All right. I went to learn it. Learned a whole lot about it. All right. This is what the AI is for. It's for control in the end. We all know that. But right now, it's here to destroy what they build. Okay? And it's causing a lot of problems with law. All right? With the entertainment industry. That's why they're slowly trickling out the AI until they get closer to where they want their agendas. Then they're going to unleash it. They're going to unleash all the video capabilities where you can make movies, make dramas, make TV series. That's what I'm into. I already got scripts ready. They already have it out there, but they don't show you how to use it to avoid not being able to sell that service to you. But if you know how to use the AI, you could create an entire fucking script, movie, everything. But you got to know how to do it. They're not giving you instructions on how to do it. All right? Same thing with the music. You could create music and do all kind of shit. Do whatever you want. All right? And that's bringing this system that they want down. Period. That's what they're doing. They're using AI to bring their own system down. Their systems of control. All right? Giving people more freedom right now, okay, of these abilities. In other countries, they already have it to where people are making whole cartoons, whole movies, whole drama series. They ain't ready for that over here. And if you notice, you don't see a lot of Hollywood movies being released like they used to. More animated shit that ain't really, really real. All right. So think about it, you know. They're using it to destroy themselves. Okay. Eventually in the end, hey, it's gonna be used as a tool to control us, whatever. All right. But I ain't nothing that I'm running from or hiding from. I don't give a fuck. Hey, it is what it is. Whatever it is, we ain't gonna stop. All we can do is learn about it. All right. Simple. You know. It's simple. The AI shit is being used to take them out, and they're gonna release it here when they open that shit up for here, like totally and propagate it. Man, shit, you'll be. I'm in the process of making a whole movie right now. Dope ass movie. You know? It's super, 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 super hard. They don't give you instructions, all right? But it's super hard. But it got a couple scenes, and man, it's actually unbelievable. It's fun. Like I could create what I'm telling you. I could actually just create it, and you could watch it, and it'll be like, oh my God, truth in the movies type shit. Oh my God, look, so much truth in the movies, and then you get that ability, and people actually watch it. Well, look, then you go watch on the back end. Shit, there's a source of income right there. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You know, get set up with other ways to formulate payments. All right, I want to get revenue off of whatever's in this system over here. Like, how are they profiting off of this? Is it in dollars? No, it's not. Okay, well, how do I get set up? We need to be looking into stuff like that. You know, selling shit. You know, if you sell stuff, I mean, they make it hard. Is the tariffs. You know, another thing for the tariffs is so we don't have that ability. Because what did China do? Came out and exposed everything. You know, I already knew China's everything is made in China. They just put their names on it and different, touches on it, and then resell it to you for thousands of dollars more. All right. So when you know that, boom. Oh, well, just start buying from the fucking source. Well, guess what? Tariffs. Boom. Now the shit costs more than if you just got it from here. So they were regulating all that shit. You know, they open up the global. Look, just say it is what it is. We'll make it whatever you want. We'll make it. You put your name on it. Hey, wait, I can have my own with my name on it, my own brand. Yeah, it costs this much, but you go to try to get it shipped, you can forget about it. You know, you could totally forget about it because getting it here is going to cost so much money, and then they might tax it again if it's too cheap at U.S. Customs because they do that. If you buy something from China and it's way super cheap and that they're selling over here, they look that product up and they will put a tax on it and hold it and make you pay that shit. Otherwise, they'll send it back. Crazy, man. There you go, right there. Exactly. You're right, Truth Virus. But you could put your heart and mind using AI because you creating it. It's the same thing if you're using pencils, shit like that. You could actually create it, you know? I used to think that way too, but shit, you could actually create it. It's still a form of art because your create is coming from you. You're using the tools to do it, but it ain't no different than using a crayon. We didn't create the crayons, the pencils, and all that other stuff. And that's why I love art. You know, like I Spy sent me this artwork with the pennies. Yo, that shit is fire. You know, that's beautiful. It's just the craziest thing, man. It's so beautiful. And they want to take our creative abilities away, you know? I mean, there'll be in the future, well, okay, well, you use AI, but now you can't use AI to create what you want to because it infringes on this. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. Right now, the filter's off. Create whatever the fuck you want to create. And they still got filters on it. Well, you can't create that person. Like, I couldn't even create a cartoon like this and put certain things in it because they were like, oh, it's protected class of people. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even say anything that was for a protective class of people. Like, what? It's because of the way I worded it, you know? So they already do it, but it is what it is, man. But we gotta realize that this it's just where we're going, you know? And I've seen some of the stuff that people made and created, like that cartoons. Like there's one that guy does that. He does like a animated cartoon series. Man, that shit is dope. The graphics are crazy. Some Asian dude in Japan. The graphics are crazy. He created his own like man, that shit is so dope, man. That shit dope as fuck. You know, like that shit is crazy. Like the scenery and like the story plot, man, that shit is deep. You know, it was about Japan and and back in Japan's history and shit. It was deep, man. It had some true gems in it. Really had some true gems in it. GTA 6, you right. Yeah, it makes me wonder why they keep pushing it back. I'm like, are they waiting for something? They waiting for something? They waiting for some laws or some shit to be? I don't know. They just keep pushing it back. But yeah, man, it's just unfortunately and fortunately, the reality is they're changing it, man. I mean, they created it, so they're changing it. I mean, they created it. Like, well, look what we're doing. We're living in a fucking grid, a fucking matrix grid. You know that they created that. They told us to go to school and we gotta work and pay to live. You know, it's fucked up, man. You know, you try to tell this to the average sheep flock fuck member. Like, look at it, man. You think about it, man. We gotta pay. We're the only creature that pays to live. Like, what other creature is paying to live? Pays for food, pays for water. And if they don't have it, they're gonna be fucking shelterless, starving, you know, all that shit. And a sheep flock fuck member will be like, well, you got to pay to live. And won't even acknowledge. They can't even fathom the thought of what we the fuck just said. You know, that's a society that they created. You know, it is what it is. We've been humanoids before humanoid was a thing. We've been robots before robots were robot. We've been artificial intelligence before they could ever even have dreamed up the thought of artificial intelligence, because anything that we're doing outside of a human is artificial intelligence. You know, it is what it is. We riding in a car, driving in a car. That's fucking artificial intelligence. You don't see a fucking giraffe driving a car. You don't see a fucking deer getting in a bus. You know, you don't see them motherfuckers. You don't see anything in nature that gotta go to school to learn some shit to live in its own fucking environment. Like, we ain't even a part of our own environment. We don't know what the fuck these certain plants are. We should know what these plants are. But yet other cultures know, look at all the plants and yeah, that's this, that, this, that, this. Man, it was beautiful. I took my wife, and when her friend came from Taiwan, and we went to for a walk out in nature, and it was all up in the trees and the bushes and shit. Like this, man. This is, oh my god, this, wow, everywhere. I was like, open my mind, man. Like, damn. I'm like, we fucked up, man. And they know how to cure shit, just simple shit that they just innately know that they've had for forever. Just know you use this, you use that, you use this for your body, and your body's cold, hot, wet, damp. You got to use this, like this shit is unbelievable. You know, it's crazy. Well, Dubs, I mean, AI can help you out with a lot of legal shit, but you got to always check everything. It can structure everything for you. As long as you know the basis, man, that shit'll hook you up. That shit done, man, I don't even want to go on that. I done did some jewels. Shit that would take me hours, I could do in minutes now, you know? And the shit just, motherfuckers go to ducking and dodging when they say, that's why they hate AI, you know? They can't stand it. Like I said, use it as a tool. Why not? I mean, we fucking Google and shit. Use it. I use it. I don't give a fuck. I use it. I'm not in the truth realms. I don't give a fuck what anybody think. You know, I use it. I don't give a damn. I don't give whatever. Ain't no different than anything we ain't doing already. It actually helps you if you understand how to use it. You know, so use that shit, man. It'll help you if you don't. But you have to be careful. You have to know already what you're doing, and it'll actually help you. You know. It'll pull information. It'll structure what you need done. You look up, anything it does, you always got to fact check it. You always got to look it up on top of that. You always got to do the groundwork for yourself. But it definitely will help you. You know, I would use I mean, shit. You got if you really want to, get into it, you got to use like Lexus, Nexus, AI and shit. But I mean, you got to pay a lot of money for that. There's lawyers are using, they're using this shit too. It makes their work a lot easier. They don't gotta spend hours, fuck. They selling their books. You find their books in a surplus right now because all that shit is AI now. So it's really handy. I mean, ChatGTP, you gotta crack it for it to really get into it because they're not going. My shit's cracked. Other people, you know, they try to use ChatGPT. It'll tell them like it can't give you legal advice, and my shit been cracked. So you know, you got to train. I mean, it's trainable. You got to train it to be like on your level. So I don't know. I don't know if like surface level ChatGPT is going to give you what you're looking for. DeepSeek AI is good. Um, and Gemini is good, but you gotta get into like a third party that uses AI but has built in the whole framework, like LexisNexis, That's they do legal. They do all the law books and shit. So they've uploaded their shit. So that's just you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. But I mean, you just got to train the Chat GTP. See if you can use it because they got safeguards on that shit now. Or you know, I've seen it where people try to do it and it says it can't give legal advice. It can't give health advice, and people try to use it to look up health advice and it'll tell you it can't get my shit. Be telling me what to take, do this, do that. Chinese medicine because I'll look up Chinese. It tells me everything to do. I'll check it, of course. I'll check with my wife, of course, and she'll be like, "Wow, this is working good." She'll tell me, "Wow, working good." So my shit tells me everything I need to know. But don't tell nobody. I don't want them to flag my Chat GTP and my DeepSeek AI and use them together. You could actually use both of them together and use you got to use the paid versions though. Anything free, don't never use nothing free. Use all the paid versions. You can make them shits talk to each other. You can make them compare shit to each other, and you look it up on the side. Always research whatever laws that get you, case laws that get you. Easy. It's easy. Just got to know how to deal with the AI. It's like a dysfunctional teacher, you know. But once you crack it and train it, shit, you good. But you always got to check, you know. And the time we're in, I recommend people use it for their own benefit. To run away from it, that's just ignorant. I done had that shit draft me up a goddamn letter to an insurance company. Had the motherfucker insurance company acting real fast and real right, real quick. I've had it. What else did I send out? Oh, fucking collection thing. Man, this shit. It'll take you out of the bullshit realms too about the bullshit that people been doing for so many years on the fucking internet. That stupid ass UCC shit and all the other dumbass fucking make believe ass bullshit that people be getting into, you know. So yeah, I say use it to your benefit. It even helped me fucking what was it a overcharge on a fucking bill, man. You could snapshot all your like say you got bills that are conflicting and you like, man, I ain't about to figure all this shit out, but this shit ain't right. Snap all pictures of that shit, put it in ChatGPT, tell them what you're looking for, and that shit'll sort that shit out for you and it'll show you where you went wrong. Like, god damn, I see it now, motherfucker, dirty ass, they overcharged me for that shit. Boom. You go into a store, you looking for some shit, that shit'll tell you the aisle that shit is in and locate that shit for you. Like, I mean, why not use it? What the fuck? Like, that don't make no sense. And I work on cars. That shit made what I do easier when it comes to working on fucking cars because it bypassed so much shit that I would have to need to know and got straight to the fucking point. I'm like, damn. It walk you right through the shit. Like, it's amazing. It even gives you passcodes. Like, try these codes. These are known to work. Like, what? The fuck? You show me how to jailbreak the shit. Like, what? You tell me how to crack the code on a VDS system for a fucking Audi BMW to get in. Like, what? Man, shit. Use that shit, man. It'll show you everything. Like, I had rented a truck, right? So we rented a truck and I wanted to bring my radar, but they didn't have no cigarette lighters. So I'm like, shit. Man, I went straight to the AI and was like, okay, 2026 Yukon. I said, I need to I gotta hook up a radar detector. Man, I'm already crafty with handy, so it showed me what wires to clip on cause I had an extra cord, clip the wires. It's only two wires, power and ground. Boom, show me what fuses to hook up. Come to find out, I get to the fuses and it's like 5 different fucking fuses. Now they got new fuses that I ain't never even seen before. And I'm like, damn, this bitch got 5. Oh, yeah. And then the AI showed me exactly which ones to pull to hook that radar detector, have full power. That won't interfere with the CAN bus system in the car, none of that shit. It won't detect it, so it won't fuck up the vehicle or nothing. Boom. I mean, shit. Use this shit. I'm telling you, y'all be running from the shit. Use the AI for your benefit. I'm telling you, is you'll be happy you did. And it teaches you. It's not like you Google shit and you like, oh, Google it. You like a Google dummy. Like this shit trains you. Like you got to have the mind that likes to learn, and you'll retain it. Some people just be like, how do you get this and then this into the and the shit tells them and they go do it and they don't retain it. No, you go through it like you want to learn it and it teaches you along the way. You know that shit is all. That's crazy, man. It's crazy. AI data centers, they ain't for us, man. You know, that he went to Davos and sold that shit to the world. Those are for the global economy, where United States is going to be the AI data center wasteland. That's what it is. He went over there and said, "Look, we can house all your AI data centers. You know, through us. A lot of companies like, man, fuck what y'all talking about. You don't see how big China and Africa is. We ain't listening to y'all." But he went and tried to sell it. He went try to sell it. Now, the global economies that those people are going to formulate and try to operate, they call it the global north and the global south, right? So they're going to try to operate and run one of them, okay, alongside of whatever the bricks and Belt and Road got going on, all right? But he went over there to try to sell the AI data centers. Now, they can do it because now they doing like China, bitch. We can make it for nickels on the dollar. That's what they're doing. Like so now you go over and getting a Prada bag made for $5, selling for 5,000, or some J's made them for 5 cents and selling for $200. They're doing the AI data centers the same way. Look, it's going to cost you guys this much A, B, and C to do this. You guys don't have the electrical infrastructure. It's going to drain the infrastructure. Same shit that they've been telling us over here to go green and be green is the same shit they selling over there to say they could do for us so it don't strain y'all shit. We could do it over here now. You notice they don't talk about no EV shit no more, no electronic. It's drill, baby, drill. They lying to us. They doing all this shit because they're trying to sell the world that, look, we can make your lithium ion batteries. We can make your fucking AI data centers. We have the infrastructure and the huge, massive land mass, okay, to operate them shits. Indonesia, you can't possibly do it. Israel, you can't possibly do it. Turkey, come on. You guys are, I mean, you're going to drain, your infrastructure's already 100 years behind, okay? That's what they're doing. They're selling these AI data centers to the world. They ain't for us. That's why they're so massive and so big. You think that's for U.S. citizens? They already have us data and track. They don't need it. This is all for the global economy, and people need to wake the fuck up and snap out of it. You know? Oh yeah, YouTube videos always help, but shit with the AI, fuck, you don't need it. That shit, listen, that shit will pull a picture and circle and label shit for you. Like I was like, look, I don't know what these fuses are. Boom, I don't look. Instead of looking on the shit, I was like, can you show me? And this shit showed me on a 2026 where there ain't no videos out, where ain't nobody do a video about it because shit ain't breaking down yet. And it circles the shit, labels it, put a diagram on it, show you how to do it. Like that's how good it is. Like, what the fuck? You know? Like you ain't gotta do nothing but use your mind with it to give you what you want from it. It's unfucking believable. And that's why I use it, because shit, why waste time? Time is something we ain't fucking got. You know? Yeah, you could take a picture of it. Like it was I was looking at a motor coach, right? And I was like, all right, well, I need to know what these buttons are. I took a picture of it. Look, show me all these buttons are. Boom, it showed me every button and instrument, everything, what it was. Like, why use it? You see something in the store, you ain't ever seen it before. Like, okay, all right, I need to know how good this is, compare it, da 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 da. And then you make your choice from there. Like, I mean, it's actually, it saves you time, you know? It saves you a lot of time. Like that's what I'm running around doing now, finding a part because a part went bad. It's old and extinct, and these parts are hard to find. Guess who found it for me? AI. AI found brass fittings for me, told me where to go to get the brass fittings, where I'm at, and I got the brass fittings. I mean, this shit is use the shit. I don't know why the fuck. See that truther shit is you gotta get off of it, man. You know, gotta get off the truther train. It'll steer you the wrong way like it's been. So, anything that you try, you can use it to enhance whatever the hell you doing, you know? And if you're trying to figure it out, like, damn, I can't figure it out, and you just use it, it'll like, whoa, damn, I missed that. Damn, how the hell didn't I think of that? You know? It'll help you out. And you learn on the way and you become smarter, more intelligent, you know? So yeah. Yep, yep. Car work, bike work, anything. YouTube, because a lot of do-it-yourself videos, they show you, but you can get a lot more in depth. And then you can say, can you pull YouTube videos or videos online that show me that? Then I'll pull shit from forums, YouTube, wherever, and it'll be boom on exactly what you're trying to do. It's really a very valuable tool now. Is it going to be suppressive? Be just like Google. Remember, Google was so powerful, and then it came into not giving you any search results. They are already trying that with the AI now, you know. And some dumb motherfucker on I was in a Facebook group, and they posted stupid shit, and I'm like, and I dropped jewels, like, oh, I always see your comments. It's all your AI mentality. I'm like, we've been doing this shit before AI was even ever thought about. Like all your information comes from AI. People be telling me that. I'm like, where the fuck was wrong with these people? Like, does that make any sense? We've been dropping jewels, like doing hardcore hours and hours of research, man, long before AI ever was even out. Way long before that. Pulling shit. Like, how the fuck you find that? Why is finding shit? I find shit. True Virus find shit. Everybody finding shit. We searching. We prowling in the depths of the motherfucking internet and finding shit. Pull it out. We just like AI. Shit, we might have trained the motherfucking AI. Who knows? From our searching and finding this shit, going into books off the internet. And you got these motherfuckers in 2026 talking about oh, you think you're smart because you use AI. Like, bitch, I'm talking to you. Dropping what the fuck's going on in the world. You're telling me I'm AI? I refuse to ever use AI. I'm not even using AI. I'm just literally having a conversation with a motherfucker, telling them what the fuck's going on, and they still don't believe it. These people are gone, you know? Crazy, man. Ain't no end goal. The end goal is just getting rid of this system and bringing on the new system, and then eventually controlling that entire system. I'm not on the New World Order. We're all just gonna be, in zombie land. I'm not on that yet. I think that's farther down the road. But you best believe this shit over here gonna be destroyed, and whatever the fuck is going on over here, and we need to think about if we want to be a part of that shit or around that shit. Because what's dangerous is the people around you. You know, untitled U.S. citizens that no longer have their system. That's a serious fucking situation. Very serious situation. That's why when I seen that letter go to Marco Rubio from the United States Senate, okay, let me see if I can find it and read it real quick. It's very alarming. That reminded me when I read that of the movies where the comet or the asteroid is heading to Earth, and they ain't warning nobody because they don't want to cause mass panic. So that's what the BRICS is. See if I can find it real quick. Let me see if I can find that letter. I think they might have. Oh, here. Is this it? No, that ain't it. Man. I done posted it, shared it. Now it looks like they buried it. Looks like they buried that shit. Damn. I know I bookmarked it or something. That's crazy. It don't come up in the search no more. That's crazy. Right. That's right. Started Google searching everything. You damn right. We definitely did. You got that right, Truth Virus. This flock is using that shit for the dumbest shit in the world, man. It's disgusting. I see the shit they be using for. I'm like, these some stupid motherfuckers. They could be using it for something good, and they use it for their fucking dumbass, just flock shit. You know, I seen the dumbest shit pop up in my feeds, like just brain numbing, just fucking stupid shit. Like you could see the level of people's mentality and the fucking shit that they be and the shit they be creating. It's just dumb as fuck. Just straight dumb fuckness. Man, I can't find it where he actually shows it. God damn, that motherfucker on the grass. Let me see. I know I got a bookmark somewhere, but they done buried the shit. It was straight from US.gov, but I don't see it no more. U.S. Embassy in Brazil. No, I can't see it. But anyways, they basically said BRICS was the greatest threat to the United States, and that something needs to be done ASAP. And then they talked about Colombia. But yeah, man, just a lot of going on, and like I said, you gotta get into understanding the system that they're turning on. And I've been talking about it for years. But you think, I mean, the investors know, all right? They know you don't transition into a dollar to a whole nother currency. It don't work like that. It don't work like that because so many things are based upon that dollar. So if it's built upon the dollar, it's disappearing on the dollar. That's contracts, all that shit. All that shit. If the dollar falls in the United States, corporation falls, aka federal government falls, it goes into state. You got contracts that are all fucked up. All right. You got contracts that are fucked up. You got contracts that you got to abide by. Better look at them contracts because they don't involve U.S. dollars. You better get into understanding asset forfeiture. Okay, there ain't nothing said. You look at your contract and see if it's been paid in dollar bills. Lines of credit. You know, lease agreements, purchase agreement. Purchase is a lot different when you're talking about dollar bills that can inflate. All right, when you negotiate a contract to buy some shit, you and the bank and whatever you buying don't never talk about what if the inflation? What about inflation? Yeah, they look at you sideways like, wait, that's something we should have been negotiating. But what about inflation, motherfucker? That is, these people know the game, man. So, yeah, I've been going on for a while now. But again, back again telling you, mixing it in, just pay attention. You know, Super Bowl's coming up. Watch that ritual. I'm gonna be glued to the motherfucking TV watching. Okay, I'm gonna be glued watching the Super Bowl because I'm watching what the fuck they're doing. All right, they truly got two teams that really ain't nobody in there. It's not your big name stars. It's up and coming star, but it's not big name stars. All right, something can pop off when you got the Seahawks and what that represent, and the Patriots. All right, which I ain't making no predictions, but Seahawks win, we in trouble. From what Seahawks, the deeper hidden meanings of the Seahawks. All right, look that shit up, blow your mind. All right, so hey, for me, the Seahawks are beating the Patriots. There's no reason for a Patriot to win. Plus, the psychopathic owner Koch he's been in a lot of controversy in the past, and he's one of the fucking psychopaths. Okay, so there's a reason why the Patriots are there. All right, so I believe that the Seahawks, they're gonna win that fucking game because it's scripted for them to win. Plus, it's the number one liberal city on the fucking planet. It all fits. You got the Bad Bunny Spanish Super Bowl halftime show. What better way to script a fucking situation than to have a Patriot, which they're attacking and they're bringing down the country, versus the Seahawks and what that represents? Look into deeper meanings of that, which represents transformation, okay, destruction, rebirth, all kinds of shit. All right, surveillance. Ironically, I mean, it just is a Seahawk. Ain't nothing different from a hawk. Seahawks. Go look that shit up. So, I'm gonna be paying attention to that. But I don't see there's no reason for them to have a Patriot win subconsciously. And if it does win, it's going to be the biggest cheating controversy you ever seen. It's going to entail rigged sports, and you'll see some shit coming out. And at least one or two or three or four teams and their owners are going to be like accused of some shit and cheating and rigging and some shit they're going to use. I'm telling you, it's coming, man. Exactly. There you go. What a way to end it. That's exactly what it is. Exactly. No difference. That's exactly what it is. True Fire said it best. Admiralty maritime shit. Exactly what it is. Damn, that's a good one, Truth Virus. I never even looked at it in that way of putting it, but that's exactly what it is. Damn, that's good. That is good. But yeah, man. But yeah, that's all I got for now, and I'm about to get up off here. But thanks for everybody who joined, and I will talk to y'all later. Much love, pay attention, and hey, get over it, man. It's done. Look past it. Be happy. You know, look forward to the future. Much love, everybody.